I started off at 9 o'clock knowing that this was going to be one of the longer days of walking, and I was really quite dreading it because I am tired. I slept, I think it was 11 hours last night, whoa, out like a light, and I thought, oh dear. But the walking was absolutely beautiful. It was along the way south path a lot of the way, with all the canals and the restoration. And I was thinking as I walked, the immense amount of work that was done throughout England at that time to create a new reality. And everything was focused on the canal building because it was seen as essential. This is what we've got to do now with our green recovery. Everything needs to be focused in that same way. We've proved historically we can do it. We've got so many fine thinkers, and it's time to just mobilise and get everybody thinking in that way.
I suppose you have a lot of time to think when you're walking.
Yeah, yes, I do. I thought as well about my dad, if you don't mind this one. He died when he was 61. He'd been a heavy smoker all his life. From the age of about 35, his health was going downhill. He was warned, stop. He was told, stop smoking, do more exercise, all these things. He couldn't be bothered. And there are so many parallels with our society now that we are we're told by people, this is happening, that's happening, stop using your car so much, stop using plastic so much. And we're just thinking, no, can't be bothered. And the results, my dad died when he was 61, he'd just retired. He and my mum were planning all these wonderful things. He was just become a granddad of 2 lovely boys and didn't live to see them grow up.
And what are your fears if the onshore oil industry is allowed to take root here?
Well, I just think it can't be allowed to take root here. It's so ridiculous that this would ever be considered, because we're talking, if you take Horse Hill, semi-industrialisation of a rural area, the pollution, and the basic issue that Sarah Finch is discussing and challenging with her appeal is that Surrey County Council have declared their climate emergency and they're going to be carbon neutral at some date in the future, but they're still permitting oil development and gas development without any recognition that we need to consider all the carbon that is produced on that site. So it's not just the lorry movements and the things like that, it is what is going to be the result of all that oil, all that carbon being released into the atmosphere, carrying on polluting, and we don't need it. The basic aim is to raise money for Sarah Finch to be able to go ahead with this legal challenge, because I think it's crucial. It's not just the legal challenge for one site, it can be rolled out to every site in the UK and also possibly sites in the EU. And it just has so many implications. So there's the fundraising side of it. And I would like to thank people so much for being incredibly generous. It motivates me as the feet start to get a bit painful and my shoulders get sore. And I think, all these lovely people are willing me on with their donations. But the other thing is also the raising of awareness that people need to know. At the moment, we're sitting here at the roadside and people have come along and put up banners. Those driving past must see what's going on and hopefully they'll think about it. We've got newspapers running the story, several radio stations are, and that's reaching out to people who perhaps don't think about issues like this because they're worried about their own lives.
And what about your journeying tomorrow? What are you looking forward to? What are you worried about?
Oh, heavens. Well, people have said, it's going to rain all day. But I've got waterproof, so that's okay. Getting over styles. Some styles in this country are so badly maintained. Oh, there's steep steps, and you think of this poor little old 71-year-old trying to get over them with a stick and worried about, am I going to slip? Am I going to fall? If I fall, who will hear me? How long will I lie there for? Sort of on my back, unable to get up. So there's ordinary things like that. Getting lost. I'm terrible at getting lost. I am calculated if I come to a T-junction going the wrong way. I have done this so many times. And today was quite good. I was so insistent. Yesterday I got lost about 3 times. So I'll probably get lost tomorrow in the rain.
And how are you doing with the fundraising?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, I started off, when I started there was about, I think, £1,200. Oh, wow. And it went up to 15. I thought, my goodness, it's really worth doing. And now it's over £3,000. I feel quite that people are just doing this and getting behind me and supporting me, but above all supporting that cause, which is so important for the future.